All right, we live in this mug.
All right, what the fuck is up, YouTube? Welcome to For the Boys podcast. Today we're joined by MIZA, our host today. MIZA, what are you up to, man? What you been up to today?
Nothing, just chilling pretty much, and then came here.
Yeah,
Excited.
Well, for those of you who don't know, MIZA, he's a rapper, artist. What would you describe yourself as exactly for a
I
genre?
guess you could say artist, urban Latin music.
Yeah, MIZA is an up and coming artist. He's got tours coming up. He's got a new song releasing. When's the new song?
The new song, December 14th. It'll be a launch with the music video, so it's
Sweet.
one of the songs off the album. So
Hell yeah, bro. What's the song name?
it's called Me Amas. So it's called basically You Love Me. So
Hell yeah. Well, you recording any music today? Anything like that?
not at the moment. Probably
Cool.
till next week.
Cool.
Usually I do on Sundays, but I had the podcast today, so
All right. Well,
put that on the schedule.
had to fit us in a tight schedule. Awesome. So, what got you into making music, MIZA?
Honestly, like that was never one of my things. Music was I never imagined doing music or writing music. Like I think I told y'all guys before, like I could never even finish an essay at school. So I mean I never thought I could do music, but honestly I was like a backup singer. Like I had a friend of mine, a cousin, his cousin came down and he's introduced me to music. And he's like, man, would you like to sing? I was like, man, I don't even sing. He's like, well, you could be my backup singer. I was like, all right. I mean, I guess I can do that. And so, I mean, he was in the front singing and I was in the background just with the mic, just moving my lips. But, you know, like, I was like, all right, whatever, you know, just for support. But, I mean, that's how I kind of started. So,
Awesome. And I know you had said some story about your friend who passed away with he kind of inspired you a little bit.
Yes,
You want to talk about that?
yeah, there's a lot of people that inspired me when I first started. Of course, my friend of mine that I helped out as a backup singer, and then along came a friend of mine. His name was Angel, and he went by Teddy. And so he was a lot into like hip hop and rap, and you know, it was a different genre and stuff like that. And I met him in one of a performance or a little concert that I was doing. And back then it was just like music from other people's, so I was just using other people's music, you know, because I still didn't learn how to write yet. But I met him through that, and he kind of helped me out too on writing and stuff like that. He's the one that got me start writing music, and you know, hey, this is how you write, this is how you do stuff, and follow the beat. And so that's how I started with him. And I mean, we got really close, hanged out, you know, for a long time, talk about music. Sorry if I get emotional because it's a really hard thing. And so, you know, as he was going, and you know, I know it was like in December after Christmas, I left to Mexico and I saw him. And right before I left, he had this mic and that we were using together and stuff. And so he's like, hey, I want to give you this mic before I leave, before you go to Mexico on your trip. And I just want to let you know, one day you're gonna use this mic more than I am. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, like I was like, I don't know, I don't think I'm continue with music or anything like that. And I was like, okay, you know, just being nice. And he's like, all right. So, you know, took him home, drove him home, you know, and that's the last time I saw him, and came back after New Year's. And like, I think it was January 4th or 5th. I get a phone call and his mom's telling me, you know, he got in a car accident, and, you know, he swerved the road coming back from Odessa. It was a different car coming in a different lane, and he swerved so his girlfriend will get hit. And so it hit him and he died, you know, on the spot. So.
Damn.
So, but to this day, that's the mic I use here and there to record some songs. So, but
Damn. Well, we're sorry to hear that, man. It's tough. So I know your first song. What was the title of your first single that came out?
the first single that I launched was called "Bless." But before that, I had another song with some another cousins of mine that also were part of the music, and they helped me write and stuff like that. But yeah, that was actually the first song I wrote by myself. You know, it was like 2-3 years ago, I think. So
A banger.
yeah. So, but yeah, it was my first like English/Spanish. So, but yeah.
Do you have any unreleased music, like stuff that hasn't been out yet?
Yes,
or?
I do. I'm actually working on. I have three songs right now that haven't launched yet, and then I'm working on 4 more right now. So, but you know, it takes time and money.
Yeah, for sure.
Takes time and money. So.
For sure. And I know you said you have 4. You said that you're working on or soon to be working on. So talk about like upcoming albums, projects. I know you're going on tour. Like talk about all that. Like let's hear about it.
Yes. Well, once right now I'm going on tour with these other guys, other friends of mine that I have that they put the tour together, and we'll be going like I think Wyoming, Kansas. We're looking to look at Atlanta, Georgia, different places like that on booking different things. And right now, I think Wyoming is the first one we're gonna go to, and then after that, then we go to Kansas or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, and we have that, and then after that, hopefully by next year around March or April, launch my first album. So see how that goes. So pretty excited about that.
And with the tour, is there any like special rules that you have to follow with COVID, or are you just
man, we're just
hoping
going.
for it to go away?
Yeah,
you know, kind of
thing. Hoping they don't shut us down.
Yeah.
So right now it's looking like the people that are organizing the event said it's it's an open venue and like as much people can come and stuff like that. So hopefully they don't shut us down like they said. So because that would suck.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah.
Are you headlining the tour?
No, we well actually I'm not in charge of the tour, so another friend of mine, he's the one that works on the setup and the lineup and doing all the stuff like that together. Since we're like part of a group, but once I launch my own album, I'll be doing my own tour and start touring on my own. So, but that is the plan.
Cool. And I know you said you have an upcoming album releasing soon. Are you allowed to share the name of that?
Yeah,
Give us
yeah.
any,
In Spanish, it's called El Comienzo, which sounds pretty. But I think it sounds better in Spanish. But in English, it's called The Beginning. So it's kind of like because it's the beginning of something, that I'm starting. So
for sure. Hopefully something special.
Yeah.
Is there an exact date that the viewers can expect to?
Man, not exactly because it just depends on the editing and how long it takes for me to write and stuff like that. So like I said, I got like 4 songs left to finish writing and I'll go from there. So
that's awesome. And you just said something about a team. You said the team of guys and stuff. Sorry, did you have something to say, Avery?
No,
oh, my bad. You said you had a team of guys around you. Like you're just part of the team. What does your team look like with your whole process? I know there's a lot that goes into making the videos, the music, stuff like that.
Yeah, and so that's pretty cool because like a majority of my music videos, I'm the one that kind of produces and like I tell y'all know Danny, of course.
Yeah,
And he's the one that has the cameras and all that stuff, and I give him like the vision, like, oh, this is what I have and this is what I see, and I tell him, hey, I want you to move the camera this way or this way. He turns in, he puts in his his, hey, I think this as well. So we work together as a team and make it work. But majority of the time I like having like editing my music and like having, how do you say it, directing my music video. So and then the other team, like the rest of the other team, they're like they do a lot of English songs, so I'm like the only Spanish one in there, so I think that's pretty cool. So
yeah,
a little different.
Didn't Danny film one of your videos last week, or you showed me one that he filmed?
Yeah, he filmed the newest one that's gonna come out December 14th. Yeah, I think I showed you a small clip. I was gonna show you the whole music video here in a minute, but everybody walked in. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so talk about that music video. You showed us a little bit of a clip of it. Like what went into that process? It looked pretty badass.
Well, I always I like to do better. Like when they ask me, like, and I have quite a few people ask me, like, when you do music, who you're competing against or what's your competition? And I tell them honestly, my competition is just me, trying to compete against myself to be better than the last time. And so like I told Danny and the other guys that be part of the music videos, like I want my next music video to be better than the last one. So my very first one, it was like, I guess, a test run or something. So I was like, I want this, I want that. Just kind of, I was all over the place. And then the second one, I shot it in by Mexico, a place called Valle, Texas. It was like a 6-hour drive in a white, like it was like white sand. So that one I shot, it was like 105 degrees and like, I had like a windbreaker jacket, pants, and we parked, and then we had to walk like 15 minutes to get to the place where we needed to be. So they were carrying our luggage, cameras, drone, everything. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. And then this new music video, it's a storyline. It's a storyline based on one of my friends' story life, on his life and his journey. So it's pretty cool. So
yeah, I was gonna say compared to your earlier videos, your newest video looks more like a movie compared to just a music video, you know? Like, what inspired you with that? You know, I know you said your friend, it's about his life, you know? Like,
yeah, and that's you know, we all have different things we faced in life, and one of his I guess you could say demon that he was facing was, you know, doing different things that, you know, he wasn't supposed to, and like, you know, things that drifted away from his family, and, you know, things like that you know, kept him away and put him in prison and stuff like that. You'll see it in the music video, what, you know, a little bit what I'm talking about. But you know, it's just like, you know, when I was writing the song, I was thinking about what, you know, he went through and the things that I go through sometimes, and, you know, that just put the whole music video together, and just, you know, I was like, man, I want to do like a movie, like, you know, like an actual, like, not movie, but like a storyline. So,
yeah, a little short film.
and that was I think that was like a 4-month process, 4-month process. So, for a 3-minute video.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was crazy. The start of the video, I mean, he's walking out and he has wads of cash and gets in the car. I mean, it was pretty like he was about to sell drugs or something. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what he did. You know, he was a drug dealer. He sold drugs and, you know, things like that. So
yeah,
that's awesome. And so, you know, we released a little like teaser clip for our podcast here. You know, and that process, for me, the start of it took me 3 hours to edit it, pick out clips and stuff. And then Rachel touched it up. Took her about an hour to touch everything up, make it perfect, you know. So altogether, it was about a 4-hour process for, you know, a 1-minute clip. You know, what goes into making a song and the music video? Like, how does that look? That's just crazy.
A song, well, the first time I think it took me, like, the Blessed song, honestly, took me like 2 months to write. You know, not just because I'm on and off, but like the process of just trying to write, and music's always changing, so the writing always has to change as well. Like, you can't go with the same flow and everything. So that's something I learned when I started doing music. Like, I can't stay in the same rhythm. Music is always evolving and changing. So, and I mean, it just depends. Like, when I write music, I either write something I went through or something I'm going through, or a friend, you know, I sit down, talk to a friend, and he tells me, hey, I'm going through this and this, you know, he inspires me, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, I get inspired by it and I write it down, and on my phone, like, I'll write like 1 or 2 lines and then just leave it there, and then come back to it and, you know, trying to finish it up and things like that. And as I write a song, I also think of the music video, you know, like, okay, if I write this song, how am I going to play the music video with it? So, and I also do it when I write it, I think of going live. So how are people going to react, you know, towards it? So, but yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, nothing. I thought you guys were talking about something. Yeah, and so, you know, I know you said you're just talking about your friend inspires you and stuff. Like, what are some of the artists that inspire you? Some, you know, mainstream artists, and you know, what inspires your videos? What inspires your music? That kind of thing.
Artists, mainly urban Latin music. I think y'all maybe heard of like Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Wisin y Yandel. Those are the guys that inspire me to do music. You know, I always listen to them, but like I said, I never imagined myself writing that type of music. So
yeah,
but
yeah, what about that attracts you to them? You know, like, is it their style, or
it's their style and their way of rhythm and the way that they do things, and like I like their music videos. Like, also, this is what inspires me. Like, man, you know, I can do that. You know, I can try something similar like that. You know, and that's just, you know, get inspiration from them and then turn it into my own and just put my own creativity in it as well. So, but that's what inspires me. You know,
that's awesome. And you know, what's a dream collaboration of yours? You know, like, I know you said some of those guys that inspire you. You know, if you had to pick, you know, say 3 artists, you know, who would be your dream collab on a song?
Man, I'm probably gonna say either like Don Omar or, you know, Daddy Yankee or one of those guys. So that'd be an awesome collab. But
it's badass.
They charge a good chunk of money just to do a collab for like a 2-minute session.
Yeah. So, no Bad Bunny in there.
No Bad Bunny. I like Bad Bunny. He's cool. He's a New York coming artist, and, you know, I also like to read up on stories, artists' backgrounds, where they came from. You know, how they got up and everything like that. You know, because majority of the time we see them big already, but, you know, you don't see where they came from. You know, like you know, slow start and basically out of nothing. Yeah. So, but
yeah. Speaking of the artists and where they came from, you know, talk about yourself. You know, I know. A few weeks ago for Thanksgiving, you went to go see your parents, and, you know, you're telling us about this like trailer you were living in and stuff like that. You know, like talk about your upbringing. Where you from? Yeah, what got you to here now?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah. I lived in Miles in a small town, and I was born here, and it's crazy because my mom when before I was born, she crossed the border while she was pregnant with me. She was like 3 months, you know, and so she crossed the border here, and she stayed here till I was born, and then by the age of I think 8 months or 9 months, I can't remember exactly, I moved back to Mexico with my mom because she was illegal. And so I grew up there till I was like 7 years old, and at the whole time, you know, just being in Mexico was an awesome thing, you know, like, you know, just running everywhere, running wild, you know. But during those time, my dad was working on getting myself and my mom, you know, papers to live here in the United States. So after he got that done, you know, he brought us back over here, and you know, I started school in Miles, and my dad was the only one working at the moment because, you know, my mom didn't know English or anything like that to work anywhere. And so, you know, my dad worked really hard from Monday through Sunday, you know, working hard. And, you know, I think minimum wage back then was like $5, I think, you know. And so the little that he can make, you know, he put together and bought this real small mobile home. Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, when you go camping, those really small mobile homes, which is like, as soon as you walk in, it's just the kitchen, the dining room, and then like a little hall in the bathroom, and like the bedroom, which is 2 beds. And so, I mean, I grew up there, and, you know, it was my 2 parents, and then my sister came along. So me and my sister were sharing beds, and then my little one came along. My third sister came, and so I moved to the couch, you know, and slept there. And, you know, and to me, like, I think I posted on Snapchat, and that's something that I'll never forget. You know, I'm grateful for, you know, even it wasn't a lot, it might not have been a lot in other people's eyes, but, you know, it was a lot to me, you know. And then, you know, slowly my dad started, you know, buying a bigger house, and, you know, it was like a mansion. You know, I finally got my own room.
Yeah. So, you know, you started out there, you know, talk about yourself and, you know, school and stuff. I know you said music was never something you saw yourself pursuing, you know, like, you know, back then, what were you thinking you were going to do? You know, what were you
honestly,
into?
I don't even think I was thinking. I was just going, you know, just to go to school.
Going with the flow.
Yeah, going with the flow, you know, playing sports, you know, like, it's not a big school. So I know, like, in big schools, like here in, like, Central, you have to, you know, compete to get a part of the team. There, even if you're not the best, you still join the team. So I joined, like, cross country. I tried to play football my junior high year, but my parents were like, no, that's too much of a contact sport. And I was like, all right, well. But I still did anyways. I went and signed up, and, hey, I got a game Thursday night. What? He was like, you signed up? I was like, yeah, I signed up. So there they are, you know. But yeah, I mean, I ran cross country. I lettered my freshman year. I was able to go run in Austin for a district. So I think I got like 44th place out of like 200 kids that were running, so, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad, but still not first, but not bad.
That's badass. I know you said you played football. What position did you play?
I played running back.
Running back, yeah.
Yeah, junior high, I played running back, and then after junior high, I went on to 8th grade and, like, just didn't do any sports, just laid back. And then freshman year, I did cross country, of course, and then 10th, I think it was my junior year, I signed up for basketball, and there's a lot of us that signed up for basketball. So a lot of my friends had just moved from Mexico, and so they never played basketball, and so they signed up, and so I was, you know, helping them out. And then the coach put us all in one team, so we were all the B team. The Mexican team was the B team. So everywhere we went, they knew us as the Mexican team. So, but yeah,
that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. So, talk about your post school career. You know, I know. Like, I really don't know this part of your story at all. After you left high school, you know, what happened? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
After I left high school, I worked with my dad for a while. He worked out at a ranch. I think I tried college. I went to Howard for computer engineering or something like that, but I was like, nah, this is not my thing. You know, because the boss that I was working for, he's like, well, I'll pay you, you know, some of your college to go and whatever you need. He's like, I was like, all right, you know, not to make him feel bad that I wasn't gonna go, but you know, so I'm all right, cool. And I went, and I think I went 2 days, 3 days, and then I skipped the rest of the semester. And so I just stayed working with my dad for about 3 years, you know, outside, you know, and I mean, it was, and then time came and I was like, man, I need to go do something else, like work inside or something. So I started at the restaurant business, and then I went back to school for welding. So I got certified in wire welding. And so with that being said, I left the restaurant and went to a plumbing company. They're looking for a welder, but I did more plumbing than welding there. So I was like, man, this is not what I signed up for, you know. But I learned a little bit of plumbing and figured out that wasn't my thing either. So I went back to the restaurant business, and I went back to McAllister's where I had left, and then I got promoted to manager, and then did grand openings for them. I got to travel, like, you know, Arizona, Twin Falls, Idaho, and, you know, different places to open the restaurant and just, you know, basically show them how to put mayonnaise and mustard on a sandwich. So, and which was really cool because, I mean, they paid everything, you know, the flight, you know, rooms, and, you know, they give you $300 to do whatever you want with it. So it wasn't bad. So
that's badass. Yeah, and so you were showing all of us a picture of you from whenever you were 25.
25, yeah, when I was 25.
25, and if you didn't know, Misa looked like me when he was 25. Now he looks like himself. So, you know, what got you into losing weight? You know, talk about your fitness a little bit. You're a very fit dude.
Yeah, trying to get there. I guess because as older I get, I'm trying to stay more fit. It's just, I guess once I started singing and performing, you know, I was like, man, I gotta tone up a little bit, you know. But no, it's like I just started gaining weight, and I was like, man, you know, as you get older, your metabolism change. You know, you can't eat a Whataburger sandwich and not run it off. You know, so that's what I like. You know, I ate a lot. You know, as you're young, you eat as much. I
can't do that now.
No, as you know, I was really skinny. You know, I was really skinny, and then I was like, I can eat whatever I want and still lose it, like, you know, real quick. But then as I got older, you know, I kept eating the same way, like if I was still in high school, and I noticed the difference. Like, man, I'm gaining a lot of weight. You know, I went from like, I think size 34 pants is where I went to, and I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I got to change something. And so slowly, you know, I started getting into fitness.
Hey, my bad. Size 34 is bad.
Well, at my age, when I was like your age. I'm sorry. But and then I met a friend of mine. He did Herbalife, and he's the one that inspired me a little about doing fitness, you know, because I was like, hey, you know, you want to lose weight? You know, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, and he's like, all right, this is what I sell and this, and so I sold Herbalife for probably like 6 months.
What's
know?
that?
Herbalife.
What's that?
It's kind of like a fitness, like shakes. So like they're like meal replacement, protein bars, you know, their own energy drinks they make and stuff like that. So I sold that for a little while.
Out there hustling.
Yeah, out there, you know, whatever brings money in. I did that for a little while, and then I got off of it, and then, you know, started gaining weight again. And I was like, man, I really got to do something, you know. And so I set my mind to like, man, I got to get fit. So probably like 2 years ago or last year, somewhere around there, I really took it really serious and just started on a strict diet and went to the gym every day after work.
Yeah. Yeah, so talk about that a little bit. What were you going to say?
Man, I can't even do that.
Yeah, so talk about that a little bit. You know, a lot of people out there are trying to lose weight, you know, to get healthier or whatever it may be. You know, is there a secret pill you took? You know, how'd you lose all the weight, you know?
Well, hey, honestly, there's no secret pill. It's just like, I think I posted it one time on Snap. I think there's no secret pill or no secret tea. It's just hard work and dedication, you know, it is. And I think that goes to anything in life, you know. Same thing with the music, you know, dedication, determination, and a goal, you know. And that's something as I got older, because, you know, as a young kid, I didn't have a goal towards nothing. You know, I was like, I'm just going with life, you know. And the older you get, you realize, I mean, you really have to have like a plan and a goal. And, you know, especially, you know, I was like, man, I want to reach a certain weight, you know, or a certain limit, or I want to gain a certain amount of muscle, and, you know, just work towards it, you know. And sometimes I do get lazy, like, man, I don't want to go, but I was like, I got to remember that goal that I have. So, but yeah.
Cool. And, you know, something I struggle with whenever I started working out a little bit, you know, we'd be hanging out on the weekend, drinking some beers, whatever it may be, eating Whataburger.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like that was the end. I was like, man, you know, I worked hard Monday through Friday, losing the weight, whatever, you know. Like, talk about cheat days or anything like that. Is that bad? Is that good?
Cheat days are good. They're good. They're really good. I guess I don't call them cheat days. I call them treat days. I treat myself. But, yeah, they're good. I mean, like you said, you put the work in during the week, and then the weekend you just want to eat whatever, you know, and which is good, you know. I had 2 cheat days when I started, you know, Saturdays and Sundays, and now I kind of just narrowed down to like just Sundays because you know, like I said, there's a certain goal I'm trying to reach right now, which I kind of narrowed down just a little bit, which was hard because it still was like, man, I don't have to give up Saturday, you know, and just have Sunday. But you know, it's all right. Here and there, I'll splurge Saturday and Sunday, but.
Get some street tacos.
Get some street tacos. Yeah. Oh man, those are good. Especially when I go to Mexico, this is the hardest thing to stay fit.
Talk about your diet a little bit. I know a lot of people out there probably searching like what they can do as far as eating. You know, because we've talked about it before. You said eating is probably like 80% of the weight loss journey. You know, talk about what to eat, what you should eat. Yeah, stuff like that.
I need to listen. Hold on.
Zero in, baby.
Everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. You know, you find what fits you. You know, it's still healthy, but what fits you. You know, what works for me might not work for you. You know. But always finding what, you know. Because like, what? You know, burgers work for me. No. Usually, I started probably like a month ago. I started this thing called I can't really say intermittent fasting. So, which you don't eat for a certain part of time, and then you eat. You know, I'll eat at lunch. You know, you see me grab 2 grilled fillets or something like that if I don't bring my lunch. But I usually just eat like grilled chicken and brown rice. I think is the main thing. And then when I want some tacos, I eat at night. I'll probably go get some ground meat. It's called lean meat. There's like 97% fat free. I eat that, and then I get these tortillas are low carb tortillas, and they're really good. You can get them at HEB. But yeah, that's what I eat if I want tacos, and then a little bit of lettuce. I don't eat too much lettuce. Like I don't eat salads that much, so. Yeah. Here and there, I'll sprinkle a little bit of lettuce.
All right, Avery, why don't you tell us what you eat?
So you see, I got a Whataburger meal waiting on me right now. I'm just waiting. I'm hungry.
See, when y'all say y'all were going to Whataburger, I was like, man, I really want something, but I was like, I gotta slow down, you know, because I already ate earlier today something bad, so I can't have another thing.
Yeah, what'd you have?
We had tacos. We had tacos, but greasy tacos.
Yeah.
Not the healthy tacos. The greasy, the ones that you grab and just dripping in oil. Those are the ones that I ate. So, and some fries.
Grandma makes those all the time.
But those are good.
What about you, Jesse? What's the diet looking like?
I eat fast food twice a day. I'm not gonna lie.
Some 30-count nuggets.
30-count nugget, 6 pieces of chicken, fries.
Yeah.
Burger.
Yeah, the burgers are good though.
It's hard to escape though.
It
especially
is.
doing what we do. I mean, it's just there and it's free.
Yeah, it's free. That's what it is. I was like,
a salad is free too.
Yeah. But it's not the first thing on the menu.
Yeah, man. It's not the first thing you see. Yeah.
Talking to me like you ain't ordered up. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you're right. It's free. I mean, it's free. It's free and it's out there. And I was like, man, one day, like I think it was. When was it that we were shorthanded at work? I was like, man, forget it. I'm going to get a sandwich. It's been a long day. It's like, forget it. We'll have me a cheat day early before cheat day.
Yeah, and this is more of a me question than anything. Talk about energy drinks. You know, is that like the devil right there? Like some people say about Monster or what? It's
yeah. Well,
like when you're trying to lose weight, what do you think about energy drinks to get you through the day?
Well, I've heard a lot of mixed things about energy drinks. For me, I used to drink a lot of Monsters when I was younger, and then I had the big cans, of Monster. I had like 2 of those, one in the morning, one for lunch.
God.
Yeah. And that's when I was working out in the plumbing area. Like, you know, sometimes you didn't have time to eat, so we're out there on the job just like working and eating at the same time. And so, but sometimes, you know, I didn't pack lunch because I wake up late, and so I just drink a Monster, kind of like one of the guys there at work. I was like, man, I remember drinking those Monster when I was really young. But after that, I just kind of slowed down on the Monster because of the diet a little bit, because the amount of sugar it contains. And I think y'all brought some one day. Yeah. And I was like, man, y'all kill this guy. Y'all kill this old man.
I remember that.
But after that, they came out with like Rain, I think. Rain came out, Bang came out, which it still contains a little bit of sugar, but not too crazy sugar. I guess they can call it healthy sugar. But I'll drink them here and there, especially when there's long days at work and before I go work out. I know they have pre-workout, but I don't take pre-workout. I tried it once and I was at the gym ready just to run everywhere. I don't need that much energy.
He's on cocaine.
You guys it's like a drug or something. But I'm like I said, I heard mixed things about, you know, pre-workout is good, it's bad. You know, I had a cousin of mine, he took it for a while and then he started having chest pains. because he was taking so much. So, but I mean, I guess you don't know till you try it.
Yeah, I heard some people get addicted to that stuff. Like, take it every day. Whenever you don't take it, you're feeling like shit or something.
Yeah,
you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. I guess you gotta just be careful what you consume. So.
Yeah. So you talked about long days a little bit. You kind of hit on that. Like you have long days. Talk about your day. You're a very, very busy dude, I would say. So talk about your day. What does a day look like for you?
Pretty consistent work, pretty much. Like I think the hard work. I think I learned it, and I think that's one thing I learned from my dad is just working hard. Working hard. And he wasn't perfect. He wasn't perfect. But I think one thing that I took from him is just working hard for just to provide. And I think that's one of the things that I guess like as motivates me to keep doing. Because I don't want my kids to go through the same thing, kind of what I went through. I want them to have stuff that I wasn't able to get. Be able to afford the Jordans for them, or the Nikes. Because I know growing up. My parents, the best shoes that I got was probably, I don't know if y'all remember this story. This story is probably got too young, but it's called Payless.
Yeah, I know that's what.
Yeah.
And before Champs was like this huge thing.
Champions with Walmart.
Yeah, Champions with Walmart and Payless, and I don't know if I remember Shaq, the little shoe Shaq. Man, those were my Air Forces. Those were my, when I got a pair of those, I was like, man, I felt like a millionaire. But my parents, they, like I said, my dad did everything he could to provide for us, and that's why I work hard so my kids can have what they want. Because I remember, like my dad wasn't making a lot of money, minimum wage, and at school I would get clothes from different parents or teachers that saw, hey, we see you're in need of clothes, so they'll bring clothes from my classmates that had extra clothes that they talk to their parents, and they bring a trash bag and like, here's some clothes, find what you need. But yeah, I mean that's because I remember because it was one Christmas, I went to school and I had a rip. I guess it was like, I have a picture of it because they took a picture of me next to the Christmas tree. And now ripped pants are a style, but back then if you had a ripped pants, you were poor. And so I was.
Back then I got ripped pants, I got an ass whooping.
Yeah. So I had these sweatpants, and it was it was cold, and it had like a big hole on it, But I went to school with it, And so when the teacher saw, and he's like, hey, I want to get you a new pair of pants, And not that my parents didn't want to keep me warm, but it's just what we could afford at the moment. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's why I try to work as hard as I can, get as much, I guess, bread as I can.
Yeah.
5:30 to 4.
Yeah, well, kind of doubling down off of what you just said, 5:30 to 4 is typically a work day of yours. Your full-time dad, the gym, you're really involved with the gym. I know you're involved with church. Sometimes I text you between the morning, you text me back that you're in the studio. Like talk more about that. That's crazy. Like, how do you sleep?
I'm asking the same question. I like to just schedule my week ahead. Like I was like, all right, this week I'm going to the studio, or like this week I'm going to focus on this, or this week or today I'm going to focus on just music, or I'm going to sleep late, because I'm going to work on music, or I'm going to sit down with Danny and talk about the next music video, start working the next project, bringing in the ideas, the storyline, whatever. I don't know. I just like, for me, it's like now, as I'm 30.
30?
Yeah, I'm 30.
Man, I thought 22 or some shit.
I'll be 31 next week. So yeah.
Next week.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks. Like I said, as a teenager, you learn a lot, and you learn from it, And for me, it's like I said, I was just going through life, just like whatever. And now it's like I'm more like a schedule. Like I used to see older people like, man, why do they set schedules like that? Like, And now I'm the guy setting the schedules for myself, And so I just set certain schedules, like, yeah, today I'm gonna do this, today I'm working on that, and yeah, of course, sometimes when you message me at night, I'll be either in the studio working on music, or just thinking of a new project, or especially when I have something coming up the next day, like a music video, or studio, or want to write the song, I can't sleep. So, but I try to just work on that music during the weekends on Friday, because I don't work Saturdays, but now since I'm working Saturdays for a little bit, I can't.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, you got a really good attitude for being somebody who doesn't sleep. I come in at 5:30 or something, and I'm like halfway awake, I'm half human, whatever, you know. And I see you got some Bad Bunny on, just jamming out, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I gotta get the morning crew going, you know, because if not, it's on me if it falls.
Got everybody going. Hell yeah.
Shoot, sometimes at night I'll get off and I'll still have to text you something that we forgot to do, and you're still up. It's like 1 a.m. I'm like, bro.
Don't you open next morning? Yeah, like I said, I mean, the latest I probably sleep is, you know, 1, 12. But if it's a really long day, I'm like bobbing my head by 8:30. So yeah, but
yeah, that's awesome. And you know, I know you kind of talked about it. Your father, you know, kind of taught you how to work hard. You know, you work hard for your kids. You know, talk about like the mentality. Like how can somebody out there get that mentality to, you know, be the hardest worker in the room, something like that. You know, have that insane work ethic that you have.
It's just wanting it. That's what it is. Just wanting it, whatever, like, you know, what my goal is to, you know, of course, music costs money, you know, and that's one of the things, and making music videos costs money. And, you know, right now I'm trying to work on, the goal is to, here pretty soon, launch my own merch, hats, you know, design, studio logo and all that. All that comes to play, and that's what I have on my mind, you know, just in order to get there, I got to work for it, you know, gotta want it, you know. And, you know, if I go in with a bad attitude, I'm like, you know, just, I guess I'll mess up my own day, you know, mess up other people's day, because it affects other people, especially being a leader in the back, you know how they say at work, you know, your attitude affects other people. And I think, which it does, because I had other leaders before me, real trashy leaders. They didn't really care and stuff like that, and they always left us like, no, y'all do, you know, we'll be back to help y'all, and they never came back, you know, like. I think I remember one time at McAllister's, you know, I was still a team member or whatever, and the manager's like, yeah, I'll be back to help you out, and, you know, scrub the floor and take out the trash, and left me and the other guy there all night taking out the rest of the job. So, and I guess that's something that I don't want to be that kind of manager, that kind of leader, you know. So, but I mean,
yeah. And so I know it's kind of off topic of what we were just talking about, but kind of along with the mindset of insane work ethic, you know, talk to the people about, you know, a lot of people out there are inspired to do music, inspired to, you know, hit these goals. You know, what would you tell somebody getting started in music? You know, what advice would you give them?
I'm gonna say time and patience. You know, it's a lot of time and patience and learning. You know, be open minded. For me, is like, you know, and always be ready to evolve. You know, because like I said, music is always changing, and to me, like, I have these guys that you know, help me out a lot. You know, I got this guy from Puerto Rico, got this guy from Argentina. You know, I got these guys here that, you know, write English, and, you know, things are involving, like, you know, words that I never even heard. Like, you know, we were talking earlier. I was like, yeah, that's how, you know, you're getting old. Yeah, you know, things like that. You know,
Simp.
Yeah, there you go. What is that? You know, what is that?
Damn boomers out here.
I know, for real. And so, like, you know, I'll be like, man, you know, so it's just having an open mind and be willing to, like, you know, get help from anybody. You know, not thinking you know it all. And I think that's when I first started music. You know, I thought I knew it, and I didn't know nothing. You know, and so, you know, when this one guy, he's a good friend of mine. He came down from Puerto Rico, and he does music and stuff like that. And he's like, all right, we're gonna work on music. We're gonna work on your flow. We're gonna work on your writing, and we're gonna work on the mic, and we're gonna work on this. It's like, man, I'm really good. You know, I think I'm decent. I'm good enough. And so I remember we were in the studio for about 5 hours on the same, I'm gonna say on like the same 4 lines. And every time I started, and like, he's like, no, pause. And like, I was like, I got to a point where I was like, I got it really mad. I was like, man, it's like, does not sound good. And now I look back, because it was probably like 2 years ago. Now I look back where the mistakes that I was making, the reason why he was putting pause and cutting it and, you know, chopping it. It's like, no, that's not good. That's not good. I was like, man, you know. But yeah, just being patient and being willing to learn. You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Shit.
All right, MIZA. Well, it's no secret that everybody in here has a significant other. But there's only one of us who's still a little bit single, and we just need to know how do you pick up women?
How you gonna call me out?
Tell the viewers.
Hey, I'm gonna tell them that I'm single.
I didn't say it was you.
Hey.
Tell the viewers in Avery
Everybody's
how to
gonna
get
know
girls.
anyway.
How do you do it, bro?
How I did it.
How you do it.
How I used to do it. Man, honestly, like, I I'm gonna word this real quick. I was really shy. I'll tell you.
Tread lightly.
I was really shy. I couldn't really talk to a girl or nothing like that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You know, like really shy.
Hey, don't come after my head.
Really shy, and it wasn't until I started working in the restaurant business is when I learned, you know, how to go with the flow. You know, and I think it comes with like just having confidence. I think that's what
confidence.
Having confidence.
Even when you're thick.
Even just having that.
It's cuddle season.
I think if I'm wrong, the girls can correct me. But I think a girl likes a guy that's really confident in himself. You know.
What y'all ladies think?
What y'all think?
That's true.
Even if they're thick,
you know.
Even if they're like,
yes, it's still a looks, yes, all that, but I think it's more like confidence.
Do you need a perm to get girls, or how does that
that's up to y'all.
Hell yeah!
I mean, I don't know if it's still like this, but I know back when I was 20, a girl wanted a guy that was really confident, you know. So, but
now it's just if you got followers.
Yeah, now it's you got followers, subscribers, or you have TikTok.
That's how you get the women.
Back then it was MySpace.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, you know, our boy Avery here, you know, Jesse hinted at it already.
Oh, hell no.
He's struggling, bro. He's struggling. You know, you got any girls? You know, any single moms out there for him or something?
I'll play stepdad, honestly. I don't care.
Yeah, I play stepdad. You know, I did that for a while, and you know, but
said it ain't worth it.
Yeah, everybody has their own. You know.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier you didn't know what the word simp was.
Yeah.
You know, so what's the most, now that you know what it is, what's the most that you've ever simped for a girl?
Man, I don't even know if I should say it in front of here. I don't know. Man. I don't know if I can say it.
Hey, Avery will tell you his most embarrassing.
I'll let y'all go first.
All right, Avery, come on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Next question is
you go. You started.
It's yours, Jay.
I remember a long time ago, I used to play computer games with this group of people when I was like 12 years old. And there was this girl that we would play with, and she was like 2 years older than me. And I would get like a little allowance, like $20 every week, and I would buy her like skins and stuff. And she never fell in love with me.
Did you ever know who she was?
Yeah, we're still friends to this day, but...
That's what you did.
She broke my little heart a long
just
time
don't
ago.
let Hannah find that out, man.
Tread lightly.
I guess there's a lot of things you can do to whatever the word is, right? Mine was like, I know my very first time when I asked a girl out, what my goal was actually not to drive my dad's Suburban on a date. Like, my dad had his 1994 Suburban, like old school Suburban, and like when you turn it on, it made noise on the bottom, like oh. I was like, man, what is that? So like, I mean, that was my first vehicle I took to school as well. But I told myself, I was like, if I ever talk to a girl, take a girl, I was like, I'm never gonna take them in my dad's car, you know. And so, like I said, I worked hard and got my first vehicle, and I think it was like 03 Impala, you know, like, and that was a good accomplishment, you know. And after that, you know, I was working with my dad, I paid it off, and now my dad drives it now, so I gave it to him. And so he still drives. That's like 300,000 miles on there already. So, but I gave it to him, you know, I guess it was a way for me saying thank you, you know, for everything he did and the work he did, and you know, he drives it. And then after that, I bought me I think it was an 03 Sports Track. It looked like a Ford. What is that? Ford. I don't know. It was like a Ford, like a mini truck. And man, I decked that thing out. I was like 20-inch rims, black lights in the back, installed speakers, TVs.
Damn cut.
But yeah, I mean, I was living at home. I had the money, you know. So, but yeah, I guess that's what I try to do. You know, best to impress your girl, have the best.
What about
vehicle.
you, Avery? Don't be ashamed.
No, man, it's so bad. I think about it now, and I'm like. I really had to go in front of everybody in the gym to do this. I think he remembers, Jacob. You might have been there. This girl, everybody had a crush on her, mostly. And I was like, damn, I'm going to do it. And at this time, the whole football team was just like, do it. So I got in front of everybody in the gym. At this point in middle school, it was 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade in the morning before school. And I asked her in front of everybody. And it was just, she said yes, and I remember throwing my hands in the air like. And she broke up with me like 2 weeks later. So that's about it.
Fabe, what about you?
Shoot, the most I ever sent for my girls, for my current girl, opening doors, you know how it is.
Nah. Hey, she said that's cap. She said that's
I
cap.
never seen you open a door.
Yeah, especially when you come to work, I don't see you open the door.
All right, bro. So, are you into anything like fighting, sports, boxing, UFC?
Man, yeah. I mean, I'm into sports. I like basketball, NBA. I like NFL. I like the Broncos. Believe it or not, I don't say I'm a big Bronco fan, but I watched him. I don't know if you remember, like Terrell Owens used to play.
Yeah.
John Elway, of course, to his retirement. Ever since I've been a Bronco fan, but haven't really followed him as much anymore. I'll watch sports here and there, or the fights, when the Cowboys game here, I'll come by. But I'm not like a huge sports fan. Like more like now to more music, like that's where my main focus is at.
Yeah. You see the other week the Broncos.
They had no quarterback.
They had no quarterback. You see that? That's crazy.
I was like, man, if it was the Ravens, they would have rescheduled the game.
For real, they had to bring John Elway out the booth.
I know they like go throw the ball. But I'm pretty sad. I honestly wish Tim Tebow would have stayed. They would have kept him. Still learning.
Yeah,
I think he would have been good. I mean, I know, he had his critics, but I think if he would have stayed with what was the guy before him? Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have stayed with Peyton Manning and just have Peyton Manning coach him and how to be a better
kind of mentor him.
Yeah, I think he would have been pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah,
to take us to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I don't have a crazy story, but right now I've been playing Madden and I'm doing like a rebuild, like just kind of picking random draft classes right now. And Tim Tebow's my quarterback for the Cowboys right now. Yeah.
Man.
I shipped Dak off to Miami.
Wow. Yeah,
that trade.
Mine was growing up. Yeah, it was the Broncos, but also like Michael Vick. Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Man,
hell yeah.
Man, he was
Beast.
something else. And then I remember when I had the first Xbox, the black and
the
green
original one. Yeah,
They had
I used to have one.
the 2K one with T.O. on the front cover.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember that. It had like T.O. on the front cover.
That was 2005 2K, right, or something like that.
so.
Yeah, and there you can create your own.
Sorry for wrong.
You can create your own team. So I always had Michael Vick as my quarterback, and then I had the good receivers. I can't remember T.O. I can't remember who else was.
Probably like Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson played with T.O. in the Bengals.
LT, the running back from the Chargers. That was my team. I put them all together, and that's how I played. But
The God Squad.
yeah, the good squad. And then played with. I think that's when the Patriots were starting to come up. As being and had their playbook. That's what I used. So it was really good.
The Dink and Dash.
Yeah, and then into FIFA, I like FIFA, video game FIFA. 2006 FIFA was the first game that I bought. That was my first game system that I bought because my parents, like I said, couldn't afford me a PlayStation or anything. So when I started working, I was like, I bought everything that I couldn't have when I was a kid. So I bought the Xbox, Halo. I don't even Halo. I remember.
Any Call of Duty?
Call of Duty. They didn't have Call of Duty yet, but Halo was a thing that I played Halo, and then they connect different TVs and had a lot of people playing against
The LAN
Take it way back.
Yeah, that was way back, and we had friends over.
Connectors.
Yeah, different connectors, and we were just playing Halo.
Art don't know what we're talking about right now. He's
He's like, what's that? But nah, yeah, Halo was mainly a shooting game, and Ghost Recon, something like that.
Recon.
Yeah, I played that. So, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's badass. It's badass. All right, boys, you got anything else?
I don't know, man.
Jay?
Nah, I don't have anything else.
No.
All right, Misa, before we go, just kind of wrap us up. Plug yourself. Tell people where they can follow you. Tell them, once again, the upcoming project, what they can expect, all that. Shout yourself out.
Yeah, you can follow me on my YouTube page called MIZA Ramirez. Which I'll probably be changing it here pretty soon, like MIZA Music or something different, because that was kind of cheesy with my last name on there. I was like, what? Who's that? But yeah, and then of course I'm there. I have 2 music videos there, and then I have the third one coming up December 14th before my birthday. I'll be launching that one, and then I got a music page on Facebook, and then hopefully by next year I got merch launching on with the album, so start selling a package deal or something like that. And just little things like that. You know, just I got those things coming up, and then pretty soon maybe launch a whole page, like an actual web page.
Oh yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Got a lot in the store, so it just like takes time. So, but yeah,
all his links will be in the description. Please like and subscribe. You know, we're for the boys, and we out this mug.
Yeah. Thank y'all again for inviting me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.